as well as I can. And here it goes. So attach these here. So just do a couple of wraps first and then go backwards a little bit. Attach this properly. This stuff is fairly stiff, so you don't have to worry about doing under the tail wraps to keep it from falling the hook, because this is not going to happen with this. With the softer materials, you have to watch for that and do what Dave was showing earlier. But this is not a concern for this type of stuff. It's really stiff. Okay. So there you go. And then it goes back for the next fly. It just goes back into the clip and it sits on my desk here. All right. Then the next thing I'm going to do is, and I think you can do, it's really a matter of personal preference. I'm going to put on the bead chain eyes at this moment. So I build a little bit of a bump to tie the bead chain up against. So here's the green version of it. So one wrap one way, one wrap the other way. So I'm figure eighting this guy in place, and I have to be gentle a little bit because my thread is only 8/0. If you want to put a ton of pressure at this point, you may want to go to 6/0 thread. Okay, so just tighten this properly and try it out under normal pressure. Oops. Ooh, it wasn't quite tight enough. All right. A few more wraps to properly secure this guy. I'm using a rotary vise here, but I'm just basically holding the vise in position as I wrap to have a good kind of angle on the whole thing, so I don't end up with a skewed fly. Okay, then I move my thread right behind the eyes, because that's, in my mind, that's a bit of a sheltered spot on the fly. And so any kind of nasty chewing action, rocks, snags, whatever, you're not going to have them affect that part of the fly. And so I think it's the likelihood of things unraveling in normal fishing is very low this way. Okay, and then to finish off because I'm using glitter thread and I can work with this just like with regular thread, I'm done with the black stuff. And now everything is going to be covered with this nice blue thing. So tie it on just like regular thread. In fact, I do have it on a regular fly tying bobbin. And turn it around a little bit. And then go and cover here. When you go to the tail, you want to kind of watch it a little bit. This stuff is reasonably strong, but it doesn't do well when you cut it on the point of the hook, just like any other thread, really. Okay, so when you're satisfied, you've got reasonably good looks here. I also untwist the thread so it can lie a little bit more flat and build a little bit here behind the eyes. And then go and cover, whoops, see, what did I say? I was a little bit heavy-handed here, and that was not good. I'm gonna have to rethread this, so just give me a second. No excuses, I haven't been tying flies for a while, but that's just not very good. I don't know what's happening. Hey, so back it goes. Let's recover this. Sometimes also the eyes have little rough spots on them. So one has to be a little bit wary of those. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I secure that loose end properly. And cut this tags. All I'm trying to do is I'm trying to cover, I don't think it really matters, it's just for myself really. Just trying to cover the black thread that I use to attach the eyes. I'm not using this to attach the eyes because it's a little bit more fragile than the regular tying thread. As you've seen, I already broke it off once. But it's strong enough to cover the body nicely, to do a whip finish with it and all of that stuff. So 2 whip finishes like I do with all the other flies. And again, just behind the eyes. So this is a little bit more sheltered. And then for the final step, everybody's favorite ingredient, Sally Hansen. UV resin will do just as well. It's a lot more expensive. It doesn't give off the same wonderful smell. Okay, so coat properly here. This is an important spot right where you have the tail of the fly. That's pretty exposed to teeth and chewing. And here, put a good drop between the eyes. Now you've got a gooey fly that you don't want to grab with your fingers, which is now in the vise. So you could have taken this out of the vise first. Or you come up with a clip and grab the fly with the clip and then release it from the vise. And there you go. It can go with its brothers and sisters on the drying rack. Because of course, you're not just going to tie 1 or 2, you're going to be tying, you know, a dozen of these guys. So there you go, 3 down, 9 to go. And that's the fly. I'm going to tie a few more variations with, I have for body material, I found this stuff, which is blue and sparkly, and it gives, I did tie one with this. Let's see if you can spot which one is the sparkle braid and which one is the glitter thread. I can't, but I know one of them I just tied with the sparkle braid. So you can see these materials are quite interchangeable actually. And that's that. I'm looking forward to the first opportunity to actually test these flies before the season's over.
Now, I discovered that when I first touched the record button, it didn't start. So we're going to miss the first 2 flies.